Broadcasting from around the stars, this is Fatherhood News Update. Good evening, our top stories tonight. Pirate attack on the Fatherhood. Cure bounty issued by the Hodor Network Corporation. The black market investigation concludes. Commanders Without Borders come to the aid of Karaniri. On May 18, the Fatherhood suffered a coordinated pirate attack on all Fatherhood ships in the star system of LHS-28. A number of Fatherhood pilots and some visitors to the star system reported high interdiction activity, with a number of traders and miners losing their cargo loads to the hatch breakers of the pirates. However, the local Fatherhood security forces mounted a counterattack and eliminated the pirates with surgical precision. Our reporter Adriana Brosi got this exclusive interview with one of the commanders that led the counterattack, and this is what they had to say.
The Fatherhood security forces are the thin blue line that protects all citizens within the Fatherhood space. We are lucky to be joined today by Commander Lavaspring. Commander, thank you for agreeing to this interview. Could you tell us how you were alerted of this activity?
Central Intelligence informed local command that a high number of reports were coming in from ships requesting assistance. Our scouts and rangers informed us that these were not opportunistic pirates but a coordinated attacks, and the threat level was increased to match this new data. Local command issued a seek and destroy order of all pirates in the system. My squadron was deployed from Holland base and we engaged a number of targets over a period of several cycles.
Did you suffer any casualties on the missions?
Some ships were lost, and a few of my brothers and sisters perished, but we will always answer the call of the Fatherhood.
And Commander, what ships did the pirates use in this attack?
We combated several Viper Mark IIIs, Eagle Mark IIs, Vultures, and a few Anacondas and Pythons.
How does it make you feel when people say that these pirates are just hungry citizens, that feel oppressed by the domination of the Fatherhood within the system and just trying to make a living?
What the pirates did was illegal. These are not freedom fighters. These pirates preyed on the weak and forced local family-ran market traders to submit to them and stole their goods. Bullies in the Fatherhood systems will be dealt with by swift justice.
However, forgive me for being blunt, the accusation is that you only answered calls from local market traders that were running military commodities and not food cartridges and essential goods.
That was not the case, and I thank you to stop spreading false accusations about me and my fellow commanders, some of which have given their life to protect our system. Will that be all?
Thank you for your time today, Commander. Stay safe out in the black. Back to you, Jim.
Thank you, Adriana. Local command has also issued a statement regarding the attack.
On May 18, squadrons from Holland Base, Flada Enterprise and Berzovoy Gateway were deployed to counteract a large-scale pirate attack that descended on local traders of our system. For 24 hours our brave commanders engaged the relentless waves of pirates and came to the aid of over 100 ships within our star system. We lost 20 local security starships and 3 commanders: Commander Icevein, Commander Ragefire, Commander Vengeance. Their immediate family have been notified, and we ask at this time to give the families time to grieve. Our thoughts and prayers are with those who are survived by them.
Central Command have also stated that all bounties collected by the local security forces will be used to restock our fleet and provide for the Widow Fund that will continue to support all our fallen commanders. Here at the Fatherhood News, we would like to send our condolences to the families of the fallen commanders of this attack. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families at this time, and we thank you for your service and sacrifice for the Fatherhood. The Shetty star system is the newest star system that the Fatherhood expanded to. However, in the last few cycles, a biosynthetic disease weapon was deployed onto the Hodor Network Corporation. This highly contagious outbreak that has forced a number of human incubation chambers to be aborted due to the symptoms of the outbreak that caused the fetus to rapidly grow and consume more than its cycle allocation of growth medication. This has seen a number of the poorest within the Hodor network incurring an above acceptable birth debt and repossessions protocols enacted. The Fatherhood Chief Medical Ranger has been in negotiations with the Hodor Network and have backed a cure bounty for this outbreak. A few cycles ago, the Chief Press Officer for the Hodor Network released the following statement confirming the bioterrorist attack.
I can confirm that our main colony of Hunt Legacy on Shetty A3 has sustained a bioterrorist attack on its growth nourishment supply. Our investigation has shown that this was done 28 cycles ago, and I can now confirm that the Hodor Network is formally in a state of outbreak. Our work to identify the group responsible will continue within standard operating procedures in line with Revision 16.4 of our Incident Response Plan, and to that effect we are issuing the following cure bounty of 100 billion credits to the faction that will develop and successfully demonstrate a vaccine or a cure for this disease.
In the race for the cure, Defense Party of Shetty's Communal Biological Innovations, the main research facility within the STAR system known for its rapid development of vaccines and biological advances, has diverted all its effort to combat this outbreak, but since the cure bounty was issued, Shetty Limited have tried to lay claim to this facility, and a civil war broke out. The civil war slowed development of the cure, with scientists fleeing the facility in fear of their life due to the combat zones that were active around the facility. It is projected that this civil war pushed the timeline for the cure by 10 cycles, and more than 100,000 incubators are projected to be lost due to this. When questioned, the Shetty Limited stated that it is acting in the best interest of its shareholders and forecast that if it had won this civil war, the Shetty Limited shareholders would have seen an increased dividend for the next fiscal quarter by 2.6%. However, due to the intervention of the Fatherhood commanders and local mercenaries, this civil war was concluded quickly, and scientists are returning to work to develop a cure for this outbreak. Our special report this week: the war between Kalaga Incorporated and the workers of Yaxbom is in full effect. This war was sparked as a retaliation to the undercover investigation and the public expose that was conducted by the workers of Yaxbom into the underground black market that Kalaga Incorporation allegedly has been conducting. The Kalaga Incorporation have hired several mercenaries to attack Taylor Relay, the main communication relay within the system that is used by the local security forces to respond to pirate attacks. In a statement from workers of Yaxbom, they have blamed the Fatherhood for ignoring the ongoing conditions and lax security within the system.
The workers of Yaxbom Confederacy saw no option but to conduct this investigation. We reached out to the Fatherhood as the dominant force within the system for support and approval, but in typical Fatherhood fashion they sit in their ivory towers and only support the factions that will help them to advance. The system is now at war. We could lose Taylor Relay to the greed of the soulless corporation of Kalaga Incorporated, but does the Fatherhood lift a finger to help? And what about the Tachyon Syndicate? The people are suffering due to lack of investment from the Fatherhood, and now their infrastructure is failing. Do the Fatherhood commanders care? Of course not.
The Fatherhood press office has simply said they do not answer baseless allegations, and in response to the allegations of black market dealings, Kalaga Incorporated has stated that it will crush these slanders, lies, and the refusal of Yaxbom to recant their statement has left Kalaga Incorporated no option but to take the fight to them and force them to publicly apologize for these untruths. Finally, Gladuchin for Equality are a faction within the star system of Karaniri. They have seen a state of boom for many cycles now, with minerals trade booming for this small refinery outpost of Elian Terminal, and some say they have expansion plans to nearby star systems. However, the population boom and the focus on new water-based mineral refinery techniques has left the local agricultural officials to issue an official drought state for the Gladuchin for Equality faction. Our reporter Isabel Rotz now brings us this report live from Elian Terminal.
The small civilian outpost of Elian Terminal is located 14 light seconds away from the Class M giant that it orbits, with its limited agricultural facilities that relies heavily on water delivery by the trading commanders of nearby star systems. To these agricultural pioneers, this state is not new. However, this drought is believed to be the worst drought in this outpost's history, with its once lush green hydropods that have sustained the local population of Gladuchin for Equality. Now nothing more than empty brown capsules and medical bays filled with citizens that are severely malnourished. The families that have worked the small agricultural decks of Elian Terminal for a number of cycles now, having to rely on their children to try and salvage what is left of the harvest, and are working every cycle. The farmers tell us, nothing else matters now. If we don't harvest, the crops will fail and we will have to leave this outpost. Droughts within this star system are commonplace, and this way of life is normal for this small star system. They have dealt with the harshness of space for generations, but this time the drought is affecting the drinking water of the local population. Our investigation has found evidence that due to the power shift within the Gladuchin for Equality faction, water allocation has been prioritized to the refineries of the outpost, and water rations to the people have been cut by 75%. Help, however, is on hand. The charity, Commanders Without Borders, have deployed their Type 6 fleet to the outpost to refresh the water supplies. Their brave commanders have been water mining asteroids for a number of cycles now, but have also said this is a short-term fix, and Gladuchin for Equality have the power to fix this issue. When we presented these facts to Gladuchin for Equality, a spokesman today issued the following statement.
Glycogen for Equality is currently in a fight for its very survival and growth. Our brave commanders are fighting on 3 fronts, in 9 Origay for Mystic Eagle Plantation, BD plus 69238 for Dobrovolsky Laboratory and AC plus 671894 for Bell Penitentiary, and we know that when we win these locations our people will prosper and we will be stronger and more independent. Elian Terminal is not in drought. This is a manipulation of the system state by the propaganda arm of the Fatherhood to divert resources away from the ongoing election between us and Zephyrus. This will not work. The people will see through your lies.
Thank you, Isabel, for that deep insight. That is all from me and the team here at the Fatherhood News Team. Remember, don't dream of the stars, fly amongst them. Stay safe, commanders, and good night.